Okay, welcome back to the final stage of our development of our F1 in Schools car using Fusion 360. Alright, let's get straight into it. We want to firstly streamline this side pod over here. So I'm going to select that area there and create a sketch on it, and I'll use a line tool to do that. So here's the line, and select point there, drag across and create a bounded shape, which I'll click OK to, and that bounded shape can now become a cutting plane for use with there I'll select it, an extrude function. So it's set on new body. I'll change that to cut, and I'll just drag it down. There it is, and remove the object that I don't want. Okay, next I want to mirror that to the other side, so I'll go sketch, better still, create, and then a mirror. Then it's going to ask me for the mirror plane. Now the mirror plane will be sitting around here, available at plane 1. If I can select it from the side panel here, I'll get mirror plane, select first, then go to plane 1. Now next it'll ask me what objects, what do I want to mirror with, and I'll tell him that I want to do the last thing that I've done. So I can use my record that I've got here to show what to do, or I could have gone to one of my extrusions up here, bodies or construction or sketches or something like that, and I could have chosen it from here as well. But I'll pick it down here because it's nice and easy. So I'll select that, and we should be okay. Now the pattern type should be changed to features, not faces. Otherwise we won't get any result. So I think I have to select the mirror plane again. I forgot to do that. Oops. So plane 1 is the mirror plane, and the object is this object over here. There it is. Click OK, and it's done. We've mirrored that feature. Alright, nextly, let's look at creating a loft, or using the loft feature to create some more interesting and more streamlined faces. I'm changing the visual style to shader with hidden edges, so I can see the hidden edges now, and I'm going to look at the right hand side here and do this loft. So to do this, I'm going to create a sketch, and I guess I'm going to do the sketch on the center plane. So I'm going to bring up that center plane again using my browser. There it is, plane 1, turn it on, and I'm going to select that plane and create a sketch on there. So create sketch, and the kind of sketch that I want is a rectangle with a 2-point rectangle. Alright, now remembering I'm sketching on that center plane, I'm going to remove a bunch of stuff. So first let me move this into view. I'm going to start from hitting escape now. Start from that right at that tip, move along here till I'm just ahead of where the gas canister finishes. I'm going to go up, out of the way, and select that area there. Now it's done, which is good, so I'll hit escape and I'll select the area, and I want to create an extrude with it, and I want to remove, so I'll reverse the area, and I definitely want to cut, and I want to go all the way through across to the other side. So there it is. It should be all the way through by now. Click OK, and I haven't really achieved much there, have I? I've only gone halfway. Okay, so the reason for that was because I went from the center plane. I only chose one area. I need to go from both directions when I'm choosing the center plane. So let's right click on that, edit the feature, and now choose both sides. So 2 sides. So we've got one side that will be cutting, the other side will be cutting as well. Cut. There we go, from the other side, and that will do the job for us. We'll click enter, and we've removed that front section. Okay, now we also need to create a locating point for this loft right in the middle of here. So to do that, I'll select this plane over here. I'll right click and I'll create a sketch. I'll try and do that again. I think I missed it. Sketch. And here I will sketch a point. So I'm going to use this feature of a point here, and I'm going to select right in the middle over there. That's where I want my point to be. Okay. Now, having done all this, it's night time to do our loft. So let's create the loft. The loft is a very useful feature. It's up here under Create and Loft. Select Profiles, and when you select a profile, there it is. It should highlight in blue, and you're going to move that profile through a series of one or several different shapes to arrive at a final shape. Now, one of the things that we needed to do was to find ourselves our final point, which should have been over here, to see where we're going to go to, which it doesn't appear to be. Rather annoying. Okay, so we'll climb out of our loft now, cancel. The point is there, but it may not have been on display. Alright, so let's go back into loft again. I suspect that will be the reason. So we'll go to Create and a Loft. There it is. Select the surface that we wanted. Go back a little bit here so we can see it. Move around. There it is. There, that surface there. It's nice and blue. Now, I need to find where that point was in Sketches in my browser and make sure that it's turned on. So you see Sketches? Let's have a look. Sketches, turn on the sketches, and there's my point, which is what I wanted. Now, I'm looking for my next profile, and I'm going to use my point as the next profile. So you can see that the loft has generated that continuous shape all the way down to a point, which is pretty cool. That's a much nicer shape for us to be using in terms of aerodynamics. Okay, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to click OK. The loft is done. Now, our car's starting to take shape. A couple more things that we need to do. There's another loft to be done. That's a support beam that goes from here down to the car. So I'm going to select the block. Yes, the block. And do a sketch on it. Click Sketch. And then I'm going to sketch a center rectangle. Rectangle, center rectangle. Alright, I'm going to go right in the middle here and do myself a center rectangle. There it is. Pretty good. Now, the next thing that I want to do is to go under the car and find a surface that I can use to loft into. Now, I think I've found a surface here, so I'll escape out of here. I'll stop the sketch. I'll start a new sketch. So I'll select this surface here, and I'll create a sketch on that surface. And again, I'm going to use my center rectangle. There it is, center rectangle, right from that point right there, and create a nice big supportive rectangle, which I'm going to loft to. So remember, the loft transfers stuff. So let's do a loft and select from this shape here. There it is there. And we want to loft that all the way down to the shape that was sitting underneath. Remember that we created? Down to there. And it's created a loft across between the two of them, which we're happy with. Oops. However, you see how it's cut a hole in there? That means that our loft was not set up as a body, it was set up to cut. So we're going to create a new body with that. Click OK. And our loft is now solid. There it is. Beautiful. That'll steady the car. Alright, only one or two more things to do. The first one is, well, the second one really, is to do an airfoil for our car, a rear airfoil. So we'll grab that. Now we're going to sketch on a plane which will use this side plane here. So we'll click Sketch on that plane, and here we go. Let's sketch onto it. and we want to do a center diameter circle. So I'm going to do that center diameter circle just about here. Make it 5 millimeters. There it is. And click enter. Good. I'll make this a bit bigger for us. Going to do another center diameter circle here. Repeat center diameter circle and make it this bit smaller. Bring it across. Hit escape. So let's go for about here. Alright. And we'll make it 3 millimeters. Hopefully that pops up in a minute, because I thought I did do a 3 millimeters. Maybe I did a 0.03. Okay, so repeat center diameter circle. I'll make it 3 millimeters. Okay, that looks better. Now, this one's not quite on the line, the center line, so I'm going to bring him up a touch. I should be able to just hold the left mouse button down and move him along a little bit. Alright, I've double clicked on it. That's better, and I can bring him into line. Double clicking did the trick. Okay, next, create a sketch. I'll need a line, so they'll give me a line. And from here, I'll do a line across to there. Then I'll make use of the constraint features that I can find in the sketch palette. So let's look at tangency features down here. So I want to constrain these lines and make this one a tangent to that. Select that, select this, and they are now tangent. Do the same thing here, select here, select there, and they are tangent. Alright, make it a little bit bigger, and we'll do one more line. There's a line. It's going to go from here to about there. That's good. And if I've done this correctly and all the lines are reasonably tangential, some of them won't be, I can see straight away. I'll need to use a trim feature. So use the trim. There's trim. And trim lets you get rid of unwanted lines, just as the name implies. Okay, we'll get rid of that one too. And move across. Okay, escape out of that. We're still trimming, we'll trim that off and trim this off, and we've got an entire continuous shape, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. And we're now going to extrude this shape into the barrel of the gas canister. So let's do it. I probably should be going around that way, shouldn't it? Yep. Alright. Okay. So I'll select this face. I think I'm looking for it from the wrong side, really. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, so let's see if we can select it. I'll stop the sketch. Select it, and I want to hold control down, select this little area in there as well. A bit too much now. Okay, so let's escape out of that. See if we can select this, and then hold control down, and just gently find that right spot, that one as well. Great. Now that it's selected, let's create an extrusion, and we want it to go the opposite direction to that, so we want to go this direction, and probably just by eye will be the easiest way. We could make it go to the next shape, but probably might be just easier doing it by eye. It's popping around all over the place here. Okay, and we'll bring it in here so that it comes in contact with that surface. That's the way, like that, and make sure that it's set to new component, so it's making a new body for us, and that's good. And we've done one airfoil, one rear airfoil. Now we might make it mirror, put one on the other side too, using the mirror function. So we've done this many times. Create and a mirror, and then we're going to select the plane first, and I'll select that center plane, which I know is plane number 1. This is the first plane that I ever did. There it is. And then we want to select the feature that we've just done, which is the last one on this record of modeling here. Select that, and we're mirroring about that plane, and we click OK, and there it is. Okay, and our car is complete. Other than having to be made and have the axles and wheels fitted, it's good to go. I'll just show you a bit what it looks like without all the mess around it. So visual style will be just shaded, and I'll turn off all of these gadgets here so that we don't have to watch them. Oops, not the body. We want to just see the body, and that's what our car looks like. Not bad for beginners. Okay. Thank you very much for watching.